Hey friends, we're back again, P. Frank MD TV. We were here for part 2 of our sun episode. We talked a lot about controversies of sun recommendation, how to use sunscreen, how to protect yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly of sun exposure. But now we're actually going to talk about the people that don't want to be pale or green or pasty during the sunless and cold times of the year. A lot of patients come in and they're like, Dr. Frank, I just love the feeling of the sun on my skin. I like a little color. I just don't feel healthy when I don't have a little shade in my skin. Now, understandably, I'm not going to recommend to my patients that they just go and get, fake tanning, or that they should go into the sun or get a little color, but I do give recommendations on getting spray tans or using false tanning products. The definite thing you don't want to do is you don't want to go to tanning booths, because tanning booths, not only are they UV radiation that causes skin cancer, but they are UVA radiation. So you need a lot more of UVA radiation to give you a tan, but it also penetrates deeper. So we call these the aging rays. So absolutely the worst thing, I would rather see patients actually get real sun before going to tanning salons. But if they do want some color in their skin, and they do want that psychological refreshment, having a little tint in them, you can use self-tanning products. And some dermatologists disagree with my recommendations because they're just like, they don't want to give the impression that having color in your skin is a positive thing to project to patients. But the fact of the matter is, some people look really pale and pasty during the winter. So I like to give the recommendations, and really self-tanners are not that much different than makeup. Women and men and people wear makeup to highlight their assets and to cover some of the things they don't like. And using self-tanners can do the same thing. In fact, there are artistic uses of self-tanners on the body with spray tanners where they can actually give you a little bit of a six-pack or give you some definition. So self-tanners are a little bit used like makeup is. So I like talking about this with my patients. It's okay to add a little makeup to your skin in this form. But let me tell you a little bit about self-tanners and what they are. So all self-tanners contain the same active ingredient, DHA, dihydroxyacetone. And this is a product that is basically staining the dead layer of the skin. It is a form of makeup. What DHA does is that it reacts with the proteins, the amino acids in the stratum corneum, which is the dead layer of skin. It has no real biologic activity other than protective. It eventually sloughs off, which is why self-tanners only last a certain period of time. So the most common question I get is, are self-tanners safe, and can they be cosmetically elegant? And they are very safe. Because they're only dyeing the top layer of the skin, they are not readily absorbed. So actually, it's relatively safe during pregnancy as well. I basically tell patients that are newly pregnant, stay away from any chemical compounds on the skin. But patients in their second and third trimester, and I think most OBGYNs would agree with me, self-tanners are safe to use, just like a form of makeup. Where people really have to be cautious is inhaling the product. Now, a lot of people go for spray tans. You have to be really cautious because these products can be carcinogenic if inhaled. Also, if they're inhaled chronically. And you have to remember, a lot of these spray tanning places or people that are doing it, they may be very good at it, they may be very educated, but there is no real regulation on protective measures in spray tan facilities on how to protect the inhalation of DHA. It could be very dangerous, people, not only in receiving it, but in the people that are providing the service. So I definitely tell pregnant women to stay away from spray tans. I tell them to use the creams or the lotions. And I tell people who do go for spray tans that if you do so, you really have to make sure that you're in a well-ventilated area. You're wearing protective eye masks, like the tanning booth protective eye mask, to keep it out of your eyes. And you really should hold your breath during the short periods in a well-ventilated area when you're getting sprayed on your face. I usually tell people, spray tan your body and use the creams, lotions, or gels for the face, because they can be dangerous if you're inhaling them on a regular basis. But back to the cosmetic Elegance of self tanners, DHA. The quality of the product is in the delivery of it and the other inactive ingredients that are in the products that give a cosmetically elegant look. Obviously, it can come in various different forms, like I said, gels and lotions and creams and sprays. So you don't want to go cheap with these products. There are a few that I recommend. I mean, I happen to love the Versa Spa products or Suniva. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I do like them. They come in various forms and they have very natural botanical or algae-based inactive ingredients that are elegant for the skin. Many of them are formulated with antioxidants and other things that will help with anti-aging in the skin. You also want to use products, in my opinion, that are more of a slower tan. If you use anything too strong, that's when you can get more of the orangey type of situation. So you want to use products that are gradually building it up. Other recommendations for cosmetic elegance: you do want to exfoliate before you do it. A lot of times the uneven look that people get during spray tans is because some areas of the skin have a thicker dead skin layer than others. So if you do a mild exfoliation, particularly on the body, then these are going to increase your chances of having a nice, even, quote unquote, pigmentation or fake tan. Areas like the elbows, the knees, the hands, these are areas where you want to put regular lotion, plain lotion on first, because those are the areas that will stain the most and give you the orange kind of discoloration, and it's because of the thickness of the skin there. So these are kind of like the quick tips that I recommend for people, and there's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to have a healthy pigmentation to your skin in a makeup form. Another common complaint, and the last thing I'll talk about because I tend to talk too long, is brown spots. A lot of my patients who have a lot of sun damage already and are really ready to commit to not tanning anymore and use self-tanners, they'll complain that it makes their dark spots darker. What I tell people is, let's get rid of the sun damage with things like Fraxel Thulium, Clear and Brilliant, other forms of skincare mechanisms that will lighten the brown spots. Once you get rid of the brown spots, then self-tanners go on a lot better. So see your dermatologist, get rid of the sun damage, pick the right product for you, and you can match these products to your skin type so you don't have to walk around looking all pale and pasty, and you can help be the best version of you. So that's my talk on the sun, on self-tanners, and that's it, guys. Let's bear the heat well, and hopefully we'll see you soon at P. Frank MD. Bye.